How the heck are everybody? I am Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. Guys, I'm going to use a bit of a curse word, maybe. I'm going to have to call Moonton a bunch of silly geese. Mind my language. But guys, you're a bunch of silly gooses. Silly gosses, if you will. I don't know what you're doing. You're an entire gaggle of silly geese. You snuck in with this last update, the best part of the update, as an unspoken patch, as a undescribed patch. I don't know what you are doing. Everyone would have been thrilled. You are missing out on such good publicity and marketing, so I guess it's my job to give that for you. I mean, you leaned so hard with this January update into Arena. It was such a mess. It's the worst thing you guys have done in several months. There are a million bugs, a million mistakes, a million poor design things, and then you snuck this thing in, which is such a delight to anyone that likes getting into the weeds of the game, likes min-maxing. This is the most welcome change you have added in a long time, and you didn't even announce it. You hid it away in the tiniest of places. Probably only Ivy Lee noticed this, or people, if you've caught Ivy's amazing videos. You hit it in a Dev Insight answer to question 4 at 4:26 a.m. Eastern Standard Time today. So I guess that's midday China, to be fair. But what are you doing? Question 4. When will you place a champion with, when you place a champion with Invigoration set, it places 10% attack buff on a random champion, but it can place the same buff on a champion that already has it instead of one that doesn't. What they're saying is, if it already goes on one that has it, it doesn't double up. Then it doesn't count. Nothing happens. The idea is that the buff goes into a champion without the buff. On Guild Boss, we have to restart it to make sure the buff goes into 2 different people instead of the same hero. Such a true thing. Shout out to Pink Jesus. He's been complaining about this. I mean, many people have been complaining, but Pink has been complaining about this very vocally for months. When you want to try to land 4 Invig buffs or stuff on your different heroes, on your DPS heroes, it is the ultimate headache. So what did they do? What is their answer? Squint your eyes. They hid it away here. Let me move my big fat head out of the way. Let me just make myself teeny tiny so you guys don't even have to look at me. It's not important. What's important is getting in here and squinting and seeing answer 4. Thank you for your valuable feedback, Commander. The issue has now been solved. And they did. I'll show you right now. They completely solved it. It is unreal. This is such an amazing addition, and they just didn't think they wanted to announce it. I mean, maybe I missed it in patch notes, but you guys know I study those patch notes religiously. Unfortunately, we have Ivy Lee to study the Dev Insight religiously. I do not, and this was only released at this time about 9 hours ago, so unfortunately I missed it. Thank God to Special K for sending me this tip. I'm going to show you right now. It is night and day, guys. It is going to allow so many people to push out so much more damage in Guild Boss, so much more damage in Gear Raid 3, so much more damage in Gear Raid 1, even more damage in Void Rift, regardless of level or difficulty level, right? It is huge. So, let's get into it. Break for the intro.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
All right, Moonton, you silly gaggle of geese. Sorry to say that bad word again, but let's go in here to Guild Boss. You can see we're going to go to Guild Boss. I'm not going to do a full fight. You don't have to watch this. This is going to be a very short demonstration. The video is not going to be that much longer. I just want to show you how much of an improvement this is. So I have to show you my team. So let's talk about Wrath does not get placed. Wrath's job is to have an Invig set. What is an Invig set? Well, it's the topic of this video, isn't it? Invigoration, healing effect plus 25%. Do not care, especially when it's on a Wrath. With Hollow, it's nice, but on Wrath, when deployed, the hero and 1 random ally in range gains 10% attack, right? So the way it used to be is it'd be a random ally in range. They get an Invig set. There might be 3 allies in range. One of them will get it. Then you place another Invig hero. They might have the same heroes in range, and it's quite possible that Invig buff could land on the one who already had it, so nothing happens. What's going to happen now, as you're going to see, you are guaranteed that it will land on an ally in range that does not have it. To be fair, to not get too hoity-toity and toot the horn, I'll say, of Moonton too much, this is an easy fix they should have done a while ago, for being honest. I'm no programmer, but I think it's as simple as an if function, as in, like, there's some line of code that's like places Invig buff randomly on one ally in range, and then you just have to insert if said random ally chosen has Invig buff, skip them, go to next, right? And repeat that function until you find one that doesn't have it, or they all have it, and then nothing happens, right? Let me know, you computer scientists, if I'm right, but I think it's a pretty easy thing to design, but they finally did it, so I'm thrilled. Excellent job, Moonton. You should really be yelling about this. It's an amazing thing you did. Thank you for doing it. So here is Wrath with an Invig set, right? If we talk about my DPS, there are many DPS that I want to get Invig buffs. That would be Arrogance, that would be Silas, that would be Hex, that would be Setrum, that would be Sealatu. The way I do my runs, we do not need Setrum really to do it. I don't have trouble with the shields at all. So I want my Sealatu, my Arrogance, Arrogance, my Silas, and my Hex to all get buffs, right? It was impossible for me to do, even though I have enough Invig sets. So we bring Navros just to have an extra Nightmare unit to boost our Arrogance. We put him down, pick him up. He is in an Invig set, not even leveled. He's there just to place the buff. I had to do very calculated placements to get it on 3 heroes. I could never consistently get it on 4 heroes. We also have Hollow. She's super difficult, right? She's an Invig set. I've got a nice little healer attack-based Invig set on her, but Hollow's got this tremendous range. So there's so much variability as to where her Invig buff was going to land. Rarely would it land on someone, because I placed her last, that didn't already have it, so it'd be wasted. It would only go on her, which is still helpful, but now it's guaranteed, as you're going to see, that it's going to land on someone new. Thank you, Moonton. Why did you not announce this? It's such a good thing. We want to go on Sealatu. My Dolores, of course, I run her in an Invig set. Very often this wouldn't land, because it would land on someone who already had it. You know, keep in mind, if I'd already placed my Hollow, or let's say I placed Hollow, then Dolores, then Hollow, Dolores gets Invig automatically because she has the Invig set. Hollow easily could have tried to place it on Dolores, and then it would fail because she already gave it to herself. It fails, right? Now we know that the 4 Invig sets are all going to go where they needs to be going. There's Dolores. Cetrum's DPS, he's going to need it. Hex's DPS, he's going to need it. Sorry if I'm rambling a bit. Let's get right into the action. It's as simple as being an amazing thing that they should have talked about. Let's just show you. So before, this never would have happened, and now it's going to happen. And I'm very excited. This is the first time I'm actually doing it. That's how confident I am it's going to work based on previous testing that I heard about. So shout out to Special K once again, and to Pink Jesus. So let's place all our DPS, right? So let's do Sealatu. This isn't going to be a real run. Let's place Arrogance. Now, how do we want to do it? Let's go. It needs to be in range. So let's point Wrath. You see, this is the Invig buff, plus 10% attack, and that goes on Sealatu. Guaranteed, because she's the only one on range, right? Now, here comes Arrogance. Let's place Navros, right? And we're going to make sure that Zealatu's not in the range. This was easy. This is how you could do it before. I'm not saying this is the order I would do, but there you go. Now it's guaranteed, right? It's guaranteed that it's going to go on Arrogance. Simple enough. We're all understanding, right? Let's pick up Navros. Now let's put down Silas. What do you say? Let's put down Silas. Now I have Dolores. She's an Invig set. I'm going to put her here. As you can see, all 3 of those heroes are in her range. So before, the way it would have worked is it could have landed on Zealatu, nothing would happen. Arrogance, nothing would happen. Or we had a 1 in 3 chance, a 33% chance that would land on Silas. Now, because of this change that they should have announced and didn't, that's such an amazing change, thank you, Moonton, you will see I can let go, 100% chance it landed on Silas. It happens every time. Pink Jesus tested it 12 times in a row. It happens every time. Let's show it again. Here goes Hex. It's just too good. There goes Hex. Now I'm going to place Hollow. Everyone's in her range, right? And they all have Invig buffs except for Hex. So it should only be a 20% chance. We've got 5 heroes in her range right now. I haven't put Cetrum down yet, but I want to guarantee it goes on Hex. So we've got 5 heroes down. 4 of them have Invig. So it should be a 4 out of 5 chance, if it was the old way, that this would be a bust and it would be useless. So you see, I let go. She obviously has it. The other 4 have it. Did we get lucky? We don't have to get lucky anymore. It automatically lands on Hex because they patched it. And it's amazing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then you can do your Pyros. Then you can do your Cetrum. Now I'm cooking. I'm off to the races, and look at that. My 4 main DPS, Hex, Silas, Arrogance, all have Invig. If I was to do some rollout like this or anything similar where I had a slight bit of control, I could guarantee that on auto 100% of the time without failure. Without failure, 100% of the time, all 4 of my main DPS will get the Invig buff. If you want to do some math with me, let's do some fastidious math hour. The way it was before, if I had done exactly this setup, which is slightly different, but if I had done this, 100% chance we would get on Arrogance, because Navros did it on him and Zealatu was not in range. 100% Zealatu got it, right? So right now we're at 100% because Wrath put it right on her. Then we put down Silas, then we put down Dolores. So now we're talking a 1 out of 3 chance that it landed on Silas. We had 100% with the other one, so it was a 1 in 3 chance that on those 3 DPS it would all land. And then by the time we put down Hollow, there was 5 options. So it'd be a 1 in 5 chance it would land on our boy Hex. Multiply that by the 100% chance, and 1 in 3 chance. We would only have, if we ran this on auto over and over, every time a 1 in 15 chance, right? Well less than a 10% chance that all 4 of our main DPS would get the Invig buff. As it stands now, post-patch, every single time they all have that beautiful blue sword. Let me show you one more piece of content and then we'll wrap it up. I'll just show you in Gear Raid 1. This was the ultimate headache for me when I was pushing for 121. I never could get it line up right. This also is going to be great if you use your Laurel in Gear Raid 3. I'm going to show you Laurel in Gear Raid 1 right now. It's incredible. It is going to be the difference for some people that just needed that last touch of DPS. Now you can guarantee all the right people are getting all the right things. So what am I talking? Let's just hop on 121 with turn off paradigms. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're not doing a real run, but you know, just to be meticulous to be on top of our stuff. Let's head in here. So this is my normal speedrun team. It doesn't matter. The heroes that are going to matter are going to be Comet, Hollow, Dolores, Virna, and then the way I actually beat it, I did use, of course, Laurel. I also didn't use Constance. I didn't use Vlad, but that doesn't matter. I just want to show you the 4 main heroes that the 5 main heroes, excuse me, that we are discussing that I did use and that I struggled a lot with. So let's click here and let's go. This is how I would do it, right? So we wait. Comet is my chief DPS here. We place Comet. Then I place my girl. Oh my God, I placed Dolores, right? So Dolores obviously has it because she is wearing the set, and then Comet's the only one in range, so 100% chance it always lands on him, right? Now it starts getting bad, right? We wait. Now I place Virna. Okay. Now what is going to happen? We wait. I'm waiting for, there she is, Laurel. Now I place Laurel. Laurel has Invig set. We have 3 heroes in range, so it'd be that 1 in 3 chance that I land on Virna. I used to start this over every time until it landed on Virna. It wasted me probably a couple hours of my life with how many attempts I put into 120 and then 121. Every time now, of course, after the patch, it will land on Virna. No headache, right? Something else you can do, I did this for 119, and then I know a lot of people do this with Ardia, right? Let's say you put Ardia down here, right? This is not how I actually beat it, but I know some people would beat it this way. Put Ardia down here. You wait. We're just going to wait for the 17 for Hollow. Now we put down Hollow, and look at that. All 4 of these heroes on the platforms already have Infig, and then there's just Ardia. So again, it's the exact same situation we described in Guild Boss. We only have a 1 in 5 chance that it will land on Ardia. Well, now we have a 100% chance because it will skip all the ones who already had Invig, and look at that. Ardia has Invig. Thank you, Moonton, you absolute gaggle of geese. Thank you. Let me know in the comments if you guys are as excited as I am about this. It's going to be game-changing Gear Raid 3. Your Laurel will always land on the right things. Maybe you put Invig like I did on Dolores, Laurel, and Autumn. Look at that. You're cooking with gas. Maybe some really tricky Void Rift Nightmare things. Now it's always going to work. I even had this issue with Phase 3 of Immortal Codex. I could never get it landing the right way I wanted if I was to put Vortex and Gwendolyn and Invig, try to buff them with the right DPS. Now we're cooking with absolute gas. We're cooking with flames, guys. I'm very happy. If you're wondering why I moved my head up, I'm trying to always do it now with battle just to make sure I never mess that up and you guys don't get to see the quick cast. It's a mistake I make too often, so I'm going to try to stay on top of it. I know I've been kind of goofy this video, but this is a huge improvement to the game. Thank you, Moonton. If you need any suggestions, you can send it to me, you can send it to Ivy, send it to Dan, send it to any content creator, send it to Special K. You can make a little group of people that you want to review it. Say, these are every single change we're making. What should we brag about in the patch notes? And we will tell you. Honestly, you should tell us everything that's happening, but this is something you should have been screaming from the rooftops. You should climb a mountain and absolutely holler, we fixed Invig. People have been asking about this in the dev Q&As. I've heard Ivy read these questions in her videos a million times because it's a huge problem. So I guess thank you, Ivy, for helping bring attention to it. Thank you all the people that submitted the questions to the Dev Insight. Thank you, Special K, for showing me this. Thank you, Pink Jesus, for testing. Thank you, Gaggle of Geese Moondon, for actually doing something about it. Like, subscribe, share it with your mother. Never question the depths of my dives. I've been Fastidious. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.